the world's most sought out destinations for higher education, for career growth, and for multicultural living. Known for its inclusive living, high quality of life, and dynamic professional landscape, it offers countless opportunities for individuals to both grow professionally as well as personally. However, succeeding in a new country involves much more than academic or career achievement. It requires adapting to a different culture, understanding workspace expectations, embracing the diversity of that place, and building meaningful connections while staying true to one's own identity. As students and young professionals embarking on international journeys, cultural awareness and professional adaptability becomes essential skills for thriving in a global environment. To guide us through these important aspects, we are truly privileged to be joined by one of our very own alumni, Dr. John Britto, a media producer based in Australia. Drawing from his rich professional experience and personal journey, he will share valuable perspectives on cultural adaptation, workplace norms, effective communication, and building a successful professional life in Australia. Before we proceed further, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the sincere efforts of everyone who tries to make this opportunity a big one. We extend our deepest gratitude to Reverend Dr. Joe Cece, our visionary leader, and unwavering encouragement words towards fostering a meaningful alumni engagement. We also express our sincere appreciation to Dr. Viju PD, Pro Vice Chancellor, and Father Verghese, Chief Finance Officer, Christ Deemed to be University, for their constant support and guidance. A heartfelt thanks to for Reverend Father Josie George, Director, Alumni Chapter, Christ Deemed to be University, for his unwavering commitment and continued effort to building a stronger community. We're especially grateful to our Brigadier Jagadish, Director of Center for Placement, Career Guidance, and Office of Alumni Engagement, whose leadership and dedication continue to provide a strong foundation for our fellow students. We also extend our sincere appreciation to Dr. Rishikesh KB for his invaluable guidance, unwavering support, all of which have played a significant role in bringing this webinar to a fruition. A special word of thanks to Mr. Siji Thomas, alumni mentor of the Australian chapter, for his continued engagement and support in strengthening the Global Christ Alumni Network. As we move forward with today's program, it is truly my honor to invite Dr. Rishikesh KB, Associate Director, International Partnership, Internship, and Alumni Connect, Christ Deep to be University, to deliver the introductory note.
Thank you, Jovita. Sorry, there's a technical glitch here. I'm not able to turn on the camera, but I'll quickly do the work assigned to me. I think there's a popular saying that Australia is down under. I mean, if you look at the map as well, I mean, that's the feeling that you get. But anyone who's experienced the life there, when I went there twice, I mean, 23, when all the alumni, we met at two places, Sydney and Melbourne. What I have understood is that the real journey is not just about traveling south. It is about broadening your views, adapting to a new country, and and there are a lot of perspectives that changes once you start mingling with the local people there, local ecosystems there. And a lot of our alumni, even though they didn't need an additional source of income, they were all volunteering, they were all working, either in a restaurant or in any possible ways they could contribute back. And all of them shared the same thing. We are not working here for money, but it is to gain the experience of how to gel with people, to know the local nuances. And I think it is in that spirit that we have organized this, because there is a cultural intelligence, there is an effective communication aspect, or the adaptability and the ability to build meaningful relationships across multi diverse environments, which would make a person suit or rather fit into. And it is in that spirit, as I said, that we, on behalf of the office, have organized this third session, Global Connect series, hosted by the Alumni chapter, Australian alumni chapter. And we are indeed privileged that a senior person like Dr. John Britto, with your wealth of experience, have agreed to address our students, and also whoever finds meaning and value in understanding the cultural transitions or the workplace expectations to build meaningful professional life overseas, not just probably in Australian context. I'm confident that I think this interaction will leave us with a lot more of better informed thoughts, which would help our students or the attendees embrace newer opportunities. Thank you once again, the chapter, alumni chapter of Australia, and everyone who have made this evening much more better. Thank you, John Britto, sir, for joining us this evening to share your ideas. Over to you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. You truly laid the foundation for today's discussion. It is now my privilege to introduce to you all once again our speaker for today's session, Dr. John Britto. Dr. John Britto is a distinguished alumnus of Christ deemed to be University and an accomplished media professional who's based in Australia. With an academic background that includes a bachelor degree from Christ, an advanced qualification in journalism, mass communication, advertising, public relations, computer applications, and a doctorate in journalism and mass communication, he has built an inspiring career spanning media, education, and community development. He currently serves as a media producer with Special Broadcasting Services Corporation Australia, where he produces podcasts and digital content for diverse audience. In addition, he is the founder and the CEO of both the John Britto Academy and Global Living Group, initiatives dedicated to education, youth empowerment, and sustainable community development. With decades of international experience across Australia, India, Malaysia, and several other countries, Dr. John Britto serves a unique perspective on embracing new cultures while building a meaningful professional journey. Today, he will be sharing his insights on cultural adaptation and professional life in Australia, offering valuable perspectives on navigating cultural difference, understanding workplace expectations, and building a successful career while staying true to one's identity. With further ado, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. John Britto. Sir, the screen is now yours.
So, good day, everyone. So, I really feel grateful for this opportunity, and I thank everyone who is involved in organizing this webinar. Can anyone guess which year I entered Christ College? Then Christ College, now it's Christ University. Can anyone guess? You can write in the your chat box. Okay. Well, it is 50 years before 1976. I cycled from Brigade Road. My hostel was there in Museum Road. And then I used to cycle from Museum Road to Christ College in 1976. So after 50 years now, I really feel proud to pay back my alma mater, and help my dear daughters and sons who are still studying in Christ University. So today, uh, I like to share, because if you write about cultural adaptation and professional life in Australia and ask any AI chatbot, it will tell you all the details. But today I want to give you some personal stories because I live here in Melbourne with my daughter, son-in-law, uh, and daughter-in-law and son, and all of them are working. So I would like to give insights from their experience and my own experience working with SBS. Like All India Radio in India, we have SBS here. And uh, it will be more of a personal sharing, and you can take down questions as I speak. And there will be a question and answer session later. So now I'll be sharing my screen. Hope you see my screen.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, good. So the seminar journey will be of talking about why Australia and what are the opportunities, and then the cultural adaptation, the process, and workplace culture, and there will be question and answers, and if there is time, there will be informal time. So this will be the seminar journey, and I would like you to use your chat box and type the number. Do you want to visit Australia for just as a visitor, a tourist, or you already have visited, or you want to study here, or you want to work? Um, so do you want to get PR, or do you want to become a citizen here? No, just want to start with informal poll. Hope you are using your chat box and type the number. Even if you want to study, work, and then get PR, you can still say 3, 4, and 5 and 6. Um,
So many of them have said 3, 2, 4
okay,
in that
good.
way.
So that means the webinar is for you. Uh, so now first we will talk about the opportunities. So this is my daughter, and then I'll just show her LinkedIn profile. She's working for Amazon now. She's the country leader at Amazon, because in Amazon there are three things: you procure things, you store, and then you deliver the things. So throughout Australia, the delivery portion, she's the country lead. So she studied in Swinburne University of Technology here. I just want to give you, um, so she did her studies in 2006, 2008. And then she was working in Big W. There is a big retail chain, and then Office Works, another retail chain. And then in Amazon, she has climbed the ladder. As a person who did her engineering in Chennai, and then came here and did her studies in Swinburne, I just want to show you that there are opportunities here. There are opportunities. And one can really, if you have the skill and the knowledge, you can just climb up. And now I cannot imagine how she has climbed so fast, and now is the country leader. And I asked her, why should Indian students consider studying in Australia? And she said, Australia has world class universities consistently ranked in the global top 100. There is the University of Melbourne, University of Sydney, Australian National University. There are many universities. So here, the Australian education emphasizes critical thinking. That's the difference. More of research, industry exposure. Uh, it's not of like the memory and writing exams. So you will experience here. She said, I asked my daughter, why, what is the, uh, in the classroom experience, what will be the benefits, and then whether the Australian degree will be valuable. She said it was a shock for her after she went from Chennai. The whole classroom experience were the smaller class sizes and highly interactive teaching methods. And then a degree from Australia not only is recognizable, valuable only in Australia or India, but globally, those who have done it. So why Australia is that it has a high quality education, and then post study work visa. After study, my daughter, see, when you are in student visa and then you apply for PR, permanent resident visa, she was working under bridging visa for 4 years. So they call bridging visa. So after graduation or while you are studying, you can work. I will talk about that later. But I asked her, what is the work opportunities after, post study? She said that the temporary graduate visa, there is a visa called temporary graduate visa. It allows international students to stay and work in Australia. The visa allows students to work for 2 to 4 years. She was working for 4 years. And then it gives students valuable time to gain international work experience, because afterwards, when you get a job in your PR or when you become citizen, that visa, that time helps. So many Indian students use this period to build their resume, and lots of Christ alumni here in Australia, whether it's Melbourne, Sydney, or Brisbane, Canberra, or even Perth, Adelaide. So they have used, they have come here as students, and then they apply for PR. So why Australia? There are two things: high quality education and post study work visa. And then I would like to show about my daughter-in-law. She is my daughter-in-law. Uh, she actually is from Bangalore, and you can see that she studied in Jodhi Nivas in Bangalore and Mysore University. And then you can also see when she joined in 2012, she was working in ANZ. And then when she came in 2018, ANZ is a bank. Okay, so she was working as a home loan and lending senior analyst. And then now for this past 6 years, she has also climbed. So in Australia, you can, as I, if you're really serious, and if you have that communication skill and the professional skill, you can really. I asked my daughter-in-law, uh, how is the bank environment? How is the because Australia is known for its multicultural um, society. There are. I work for SBS. SBS is like All India Radio. We have 68 language broadcast. 68 languages. So there are national languages. So Australia is a multicultural country, and you have to be prepared to face different cultures. Nearly 30% of the population was born overseas. Like me, I was born in India, and I come here, I migrated, I become. So here, 30% of the population is born overseas. So lots of experiences, resources, so you can really learn. I asked my daughter-in-law, how large is the Indian community in Australia, and like in workforces. Recently, I think in the month of May, Indian migrants, uh, it was fast growing in the past 20 years. Uh, Now, the Indian migrant community is the number one community in population. So, and it has, there's a large and vibrant Indian diaspora across major cities here. So you will not miss anything. And Australian society welcomes international students, and they have in Australia, they have a great respect for Indian students and Indian workers, employees, because they feel that they are very intelligent and they are very committed. So I asked my daughter-in-law, so what are the resources for students to stay connected with their own culture? For in Australia, like I said in SBS, there are lots of multicultural media support, and even in universities, you have all the Indian clubs. So another personal story is my son is working for a company called Gallagher. Um, so I can show you that no Gallagher is an he is an IT person, Gallagher, and you can also see how he has climbed from. I think he's joined in 2012 or something, and then now in for 9 years now he is IT compliance specialist. So you can, if you want, I can give the link later. Uh, so I asked, what are the opportunities? Because now you can see that Melbourne is the number one livable cities in the world. Number one livable cities. I asked my son, why do they call um, Melbourne as the number one Melbourne cities? There are different factors, he said. And then one of the factors is the economy and job market. uh, the economy is very robust, and there is low unemployment and competitive salaries. There is a strong demand for several key sectors. I asked him what are the key sectors where Australia can give employment. He said there is a lot of demand for IT software, for developers, data analysts, cybersecurity. Also, you see, if I'm sick and I go to the clinic, I can see lots of Indian doctors, nurses, Sri Lankan doctors, Chinese. So nurses, aged care, healthcare, all these things. There are lots of prospects. Engineering, India, Australia is two and a half time bigger, geographically than India. So there are lots of mining, so engineering, renewable energy, infrastructure, and in the field of education, accounting, construction. So there are lots of factors because it's an emerging continent, emerging country. Only it has a history of 200 years of first time settlers and then migrants, and especially Indians. They have been for 40 years, they have been coming, but the last 10, 15, 20 years, the migrant population from India, they have come here, and they are also part of building Australia. So we need a lot of minds, brains, and skills. So and then I have my son-in-law. He doesn't have a professional photo there. Um, so I can also show the another opportunity is that now see he's working for Martin Kellogg Pots and Planters, as you see here, and he has been there for 17 years now. 17 years, and now he has bought 50% of the share of the company. It's a small company, but in Australia, every house except in the cities, most of the suburbans and the regional places, every house has a garden. So in every garden has lots of pots and plants. So this Martin Kellogg Pots and Planters is one of the pioneers, and so now he could buy the business. So when you're here, so I asked him. Uh, I asked my son-in-law, how is the Indian diaspora, because he used to travel throughout Australia. So he says that students, when they come here, they can easily find the Indian grocery stores, restaurants. We have all kinds of temples. All the festivals that we celebrate in India are here, like Diwali, Holi celebration in major cities. And when he also studied here in Australia, and he says that there are active Indian student associations that organize cultural events. So he asks students to join them. Uh, then Indian students never feel isolated in Australia because it's a strong Indian community. And then I asked my son-in-law about student visa work rights, because in many, if you're traveling, you cannot work. But if you are a student, you can work. On a student visa, students can work up to 48 hours per fortnight. 48 hours per fortnight, a student who is studying can work during academic terms. During breaks and holidays, in winter, now we have winter and winter holidays, long holidays, you can work unlimited hours. So he was also, as soon as he finished his studies here, he started working. And while he was studying, he started working in a restaurant. So he says during the semester, students usually take part-time jobs, typically 15 to 20 hours per week. So the minimum wage that you can get is roughly 1,000 rupees per hour, like 23 Australian dollar per hour. I think it would really help cover a significant portion of your living costs here when you're a student. So it also gets, you can gain valuable experiences, you can earn money and build your resume. So my daughter, my daughter-in-law, son and son-in-law, they are in the, they studied here and they work here, and they have shared a few how to adapt cultural, the challenges that you might face, and also what are the professional. There are some cultural aspects in the professional. So I'm going to share um, some of the concepts later, but I want to give you these five, six um, important links that it would help you. The first link is this. Later I can send you the PowerPoint, the slides, or something maybe arranged. So the Home Affairs, if you want to know about all kinds of visas, there are 300 and odd visas here. There are different kinds of visas. It's not only one study visa and one work visa. No, there are different visas. So this link helps you, in the visa section, uh, how to come as a tourist or study or work or get permanent resident. You just go and browse through. Uh, you can get all kinds of uh, uh, the information there. Then the second one is uh, the skilled independent visa. Skilled independent visa helps you get PR even if you don't get a job. So when you come study here, or you study there in our university and then work there for 2 3 years, and then my son, he didn't get a job, but he got a PR when he came here. So later, if you ask some questions, then I can answer you. So this link helps you get all the information on visa details. Then, if you want to look for the courses, then yes, this one. Okay, course seeker. You just ask for any kinds of course. For example, advanced diploma of counseling. Then it gives all the information. So, for example, you ask for engineering in IT. Okay, then so it gives which college, which university, and how many years, and then you can go for that information. Then this link is very, very important. So this compares different universities. For example, I add Swinburne University, and then I add another university like Okay. Uh, Explore in your list, uh, and then add another university. Then you go and compare. Then it talks about what is the different domains there, and how is the study experience. So then this link is very important. Also, if you want to seek a job, you finish your studies. If you want to seek a job, or if you finish studies there in India and then work for 1 or 2 years, I think Australia doesn't get take any freshers. It wants some experienced professionals. So you have to study there and work for 1 or 2 years. I think after 2 years, it is easy to get a job here. And then in this link helps you get, for example, I ask for a nurse, and then a nurse manager, nurse educator, all these. Okay, let's say nurse manager. Then you have to, okay, all Melbourne, and then search for it, and then you get it. So in Knox Private Hospital, and you have all these places where you get these jobs. So I leave that for you. And then jobs and skills. This is also very, very informative, because every year Australia releases the need for jobs, in which area, in which domain, in which sector Australia needs. So if you go there and see, there are some job, like labor market. Okay, you go and see which is the, in May to 26, what are the uh, areas in which Australia needs jobs. So these are the links. So I go back. So I think you can take, these are very, very, and the last one is the, if you want to find a place to stay, this is the link, realestate.com.au. So you go, and if you want to go for rent, for example, and then you put like Monash University, near Monash University. Okay, so then you can have filters, like, all types, or apartment or villa, what is the price. So all these things, then it shows you the places where you can stay. So these are the place links that I think you will need. Well, if you have any questions, you can ask later. Now we move on to the some of the concepts of cultural adaptation. Very important one is this. So in India, it is more of a collective uh, culture. When someone, they if they have a good job offer in another city, if you are in Bengaluru, and then you have a job offer in Mumbai, and then immediately what happens, your parents sit down and say, okay, why do you need to go alone? We can all shift together, or you can stay with your uncle there. The whole family discusses the decision. So then you ultimately consider your their opinion. But here it is more individualistic. It is more individualistic. So it's a kind of uh, see, we had a neighbor from Ireland. They had two girls and one boy, and immediately one day, I asked the father, where is Ashley? And he said, no, Ashley has gone with her boyfriend to the city, and they are living together. Uh, so the parents just support, but it is they just move out, after, like 18, 19. So the parents might find help, find a place, but it is their own life then. So it is more of a individualistic experience. That's why here you will feel that more independency than the dependency that we feel in India. Here, you are expected to make your own decision. Family may advise, but you have to. So, personal happiness and career goals, you can feel that more people, or it's not self. So, it's more self-centric. It's more on emphasis on self reliance. Self reliance. That is how we have to put it. So when I came here first, it was more of why do these people are more selfish, like, so I had that idea. So, but we should not see it from that perspective. The whole culture here is that everyone is a master of themselves and they have to decide for themselves. So it's more independent culture here, and at the same time uh, it's more relaxed. When Friday evening comes, everybody takes a beer and go out, and the whole weekend culture, they forget about office emails. They just go and enjoy. It's more relaxed. But just comparing with that, we are more workaholic. It's like intense. We take things very seriously. But here, when you come here, it is, you can see that even my 10 years before, when my son went for the interview, as Indian parents, we also went with him. Um, I was really surprised that the general manager came down and there was a cafeteria there. The whole interview was taken in the cafeteria, like, as they were, we were just sitting outside, but they were just having a chat and the interview was over. It's that kind of relaxation. So uh, when you take food, you will get Indian food, but it's very costly. And then that's why I can ask every student to learn cooking, which will be more cost effective, and then you can cook your own food. But this is mostly, you get all kinds of cuisine here. uh, but the thing is that not all of you will be studying or working in the city. There is a visa called regional visa. Like, they want to build the regions, different regions. Not everyone go to Sydney, or not everyone to Melbourne. No, if Adelaide needs more regional thing, then there is a compulsory that you have to stay there and work. So they themselves give regional working regional visa. There you may not get Indian restaurants, but now, since Indian population is growing, you have lots of Murugan, Idli Kadai or Murugan. It's because when I was in Bangalore, I really liked the thali and Bangalore dosa, masala dosa, all that. So you will get it, but it is very, very costly there. And then uh, when you come here, all the infrastructure, from house to office to common community centers to museum, all of them are really uh, high tech. And then their life is outdoor life. Outdoor life is mostly, there are lots of good beaches there, beautiful beaches. So the all sea based sports are there. So mostly you can see that in Friday evening, there will be lots of traffic, to go into the city or to go out of the city. Um, so then, now the world football match is going on. Even Australia went up to um, this. I think. 32 then. But you know about Australian cricket team. But there is a sports called footy, AFL. Like IPL, we have AFL. So you should, when you come here, you will know that it's better that you just Google AFL and just get to know some of the rules and some of the teams there. Because when you come here, uh, when you join in a workforce, you have to take one club as your own club, and then you know there will be people coming around associating themselves, supporting that club. So there are lots of other outdoor culture. Then about the slang. Now from cricket, uh, you will understand that Australian slang is very different. So it will be very difficult to understand the unique European, so Australian slang. For example, we don't say come for breakfast, or we say come for brekkie. We'll see that RO. That means we will see it in the afternoon. No, it's something we every no, even if you are good in English, these slangs are if it is, if you try to use come on mate, then if you use that, then it is easier to mingle with them. So Australian slang you have to learn. And then yeah, the dressings is not very serious one. It's very smart, casual, and they wear according to the occasions. Then there are different days, like there are Indian celebrations are there, but there are Australian days which are observed, like Anzac Day, Australian New Zealand Army Corps, which is very important for them. There are Noida Day, Christmas, Australia Day. Then they celebrate King's birthday. You know all that. Uh, when you the adaptation process, if you're aware of this adaptation process, I think it will be easier for you. For first 2 to 4 weeks, it will be a honeymoon phase. Everything feel exciting and new. You are thrilled by clean streets and the free trams, friendly people, beautiful campuses. It'll be a novel experience. You say, wow, the university is so modern, beaches are amazing. So that will be the honeymoon. But then after 2 to 4 weeks, the cultural shock will be that you may feel frustrated, you may feel homesick, or lonely, because you may miss spicy Indian food, wherever you are from in India. And also, if there are some lectures, presentation, classes with the Australian accent, you may feel little difficult. And if you're in suburb and or a regional, like we don't have villages, but it's a regional areas with lots of big farms, it'll be very quiet. And if you want to go to the shopping center, it'll be very far. And uh, very important is the small talk. You might have heard about the small talk. Australians, they don't stop talking. They even if you call for a guest, and then if you're in a dinner table, there will not be any gap for silence, no pauses. Someone has to continue to talk. Even when you come first time to Australia, and when you show the passport to the immigrant officer, he or she will be kind of having a conversation with you, not to just catch people, or they just want to have a conversation, just want to know. So it starts from there. And your professors, or your guests, or your friends, you can see that small, you then this culture shock, that you might get tired of this constant small talk. And then recovery and adjustment, after some time, Then you figure out to where to buy Indian groceries, where to get public transport. In Melbourne, the tram in the CBD, the Central Business District, the whole tram is free. Wherever you can, you just get in and you get down anywhere, and it is free. So you will have to understand the whole map, or you might go with your friend for Barbie. Here they don't say barbecue, they say just Barbie. So adjustment phase, so 6 to 9 months. You really keep your identity and also comfortable with the new culture. Then comes the adaptation after 9 plus months. So this will be the adaptation process. So you have to understand it. If you understand this, then okay, this is what is happening with me, and I have to cope up with that. Good. Um, Now we go for some concepts on workplace culture. Very, very important is that now we uh, Indians, I have grown up in India, so it's a more of a hierarchical structure, whether it's a family or in a religion or in an institution or in a company or in an education institution. So if you're a junior, you become very polite. You just say, for example, let's take a or let's take an imaginary situation. There is a project meeting, and big manager, senior manager presents an idea. So it will be lots of silence. If you're a junior team member, you stay quiet. If asked, you will say, "Sir, your idea is good. Yeah, very good. But maybe we can also consider this approach." No, you will be really polite. So you will use formal language. But here in egalitarian culture of Australia, if you're in Melbourne, the manager would say, "Okay, team, what do you all think?" Then you, as a junior, "Hey, David, I like your idea. But I think we need to try this instead because so you will call your boss. Now there are some corporate culture is no Bangalore is so many corporate companies are there that is coming, but still we tend to over soften the tone. So my one advice is that you have to speak up. You have to speak up. You should not feel shy. You should not be, over polite. If you don't speak, what happens is that people here in Australia, they would think that it is a kind of disengagement, or you don't understand. So here all the bosses are approachable. It'll be kind of more a respectful relationship than a kind of hierarchical. So whether it is in the classrooms or the university, in any associations or clubs, or in the work, you have to speak up. Where you have to start opening your mouth. That's what my daughter, my son, all said. They have learned that skill. So mostly when someone is asked in a public in India, we tend to be silent and try to give opportunity for others. No, not have, it doesn't work here. You have to speak up. Good. And when you speak up, how to behave in India, for example, if you want to give feedback or if you want to ask for help, it is very indirect. You have to, because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Like, so we say the report is good overall, but perhaps we could consider strengthening the analysis section a bit more, if time permits. No, this is to avoid uh, We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but not here. It's very direct. They say, oh, the introduction data are solid, but the analysis section is weak. It needs more, depth. So let's fix it tomorrow. So it's task focused and honest and direct. It is very difficult for Indians to, very be objective. We are more of people of subjectivity. So, but here it doesn't work. So you have to kind start doing it, experimenting it, even when you are there. So, as I said, it is more task related here. You know, there is you, there is task, and there are relations. There are people. In any situation, in a classroom, or in a university, or in a um, work situation. So it is task oriented. And then this is very, very important because it is time is valued a lot. If for us it is a little bit, that's why I was very, very happy when you started at the exact time, because it was also mentioned by Mr. I just couldn't forgot his name. As it knows, the Christ culture is so, it prepares us. The one thing that I learned in my Christ experience is the confidence, self confidence. It gave me a lot of opportunities. Even in 1976, gave me lots of opportunities. That's why the whole culture, the same culture, is being continued in Christ. I'm very happy because here, uh, even see, when first time, some 15, 20 years before, there was one Irish friend, a family, they came to visit us for lunch. They said, we will be there at 12:10 noon, so for our lunch. So they will be chatting for some time and then we go for lunch. So they didn't come at 12:05, 12:05 or 12:15. They came at 12:10. Of course, if you come 12:05, it means that you are not expected. The host doesn't expect you to be there because they might be cleaning or thing. If you come 12:15, it means that you don't respect the host, because they have been. So it is 12:10. It was exact. Like all the news is for us. I'm a media man, so 9 o'clock news starts at 9 o'clock. It's not 8:59 or 9:01. So it is so valued, and you have to take note of that. Uh, as I said about uh, personal time is very, very important for the Australians here. Everybody here, uh, you know, many workplaces support. No, you have the right to disconnect from. No manager expects you to send emails in the weekend. So they value personal time, and no need to carry things so serious. The whole culture, at least I since in Melbourne, it is more yeah, very easy going, but task oriented. That is the magic. People are, even the humor. I think I have the next okay. So the humor. So in what I learned in India was that, at the desk you have to be very serious, at the meetings you have to be very serious, and whenever the presentation you have to be very serious. Even if you make a mistake, then you really feel, oh, I made a mistake. No, here, no. Even if you make I mean, it doesn't come, the slide doesn't come, they make it as a humor. So Hey, the deadline is killing me, man. Oh, someone pass the coffee here. It's so more informal, but they'll be, as I said, very direct and task oriented. That is why the mixture we have to learn. Um, but there are some challenges that we have to be very careful about. As I said, you might feel isolated uh, because you have university uh, staying places, but it'll very costly. But when you stay outside, homesickness is there because lots of home cooked meals you will miss. You must have lived in a joint family. So then the financial pressure, living costs are high here. Many students underestimate expenses when they are in India. So you have to really make a budget. And then the academic style, as I said, as my daughter said, is very more of a critical thinking, and they just leave it for you to learn. Not much of teaching, is more of learning. So academic style. And then this is very important for you to note, because even in media, it's not that much racism. It is generally rare in universities. There are but isolated incidents, like they may call you by name calling, or staring at you, or it's not it can occur. It can occur, especially in big cities. You have lots of different, because here if you look at the socio-cultural political aspect of Australia, uh, there is one particular political party, like everywhere in the world, like more of nationalistic feeling. That is like in US or Germany, Europe, this nationalistic feeling is coming. There is a party called One Nation in Australia. You can just browse through later. So that it doesn't like more of immigrants to come to Australia, you know. So there have been some rallies against mass immigration. I'm not just going to make you fear about that, but you have to be aware of that. So what you have to do, if there are some incidents, you have to uh, inform. You have to report to the university if you are studying in the university, or if it is very really serious, you go to police. And most universities have a strong anti-discrimination policies, and so you have to build a kind of support network. And last, the accommodation, it's very competitive, very difficult. When my daughter came, uh, she lived with 6 7 students in a separate house with one toilet, with one toilet. And when we came from India to visit her, it was we were living in a 10 to 5 feet room. Uh, so it's very difficult to get the accommodation. So these are some of the challenges. And so practical tips for success pre-arrival. All these things are very very important. This, but I just give you. So you have to do a lots of research, read university websites, read about the student forums, all that. You're good in that. So pre-arrival, you have to do all these. And on arrival, sorry, and on arrival, immediately you have to start your bank account. All these things, safety is very important. You have to get to know the transport, all these nowadays. All you people know all this. What I would like to give importance is the networks. you have to start doing some networks from your own, if you're from Karnataka, or if you're from Andhra, if you're from other places, yeah, Malayalam, Kerala, or, there are lots of Keralite associations or Kannadiga association, Telugu association, Tamil association. So it's better to build networks so it helps you. And then long term, you have to plan. You have to plan for permanent residency or getting citizenship, and it will be good to have that aim, long term aim, and the pathways, so that even your work or a career, your study or career building, you can help. And to finish, sorry, and to finish, uh, well, what is that? Uh, so, sorry about this. I had one. Ah, we are here to help you. I don't know whether our patron of Australian chapter is in this link. He said he will be here. Mr. Shiji Matthew, he is our patron, and Doni is our president, our Christ University Alumni Australia. It's a very new, I think 2 years only old, though it's formally your registrar came and started this. Uh, so we are here to help you, and this is my LinkedIn. So um, you can view that. Hey, what is the last? Okay. So thank you very much. I think I don't know how much time I took. Um, we can go for question and answer if you have any questions.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
one person called Augustine, there's a fair share of law students here. I myself am a law student. He's asking, what are the law opportunities in Australia? Have you come across any lawyers from Indian origin?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, my one of my friends, she's a superintendent of police in Chennai. She sent her daughter, who did her graduation in law in one of the universities in Tamil Nadu. She came here and did her masters, and especially in criminal law, and something connected with online thing. So there are very good universities which are concentrating on law, and this girl did her masters in law, and immediately, I think, after 1 year or so, she got some part-time job, and now she's working here. Now, after now, I think 2 3 years now, she's working here. I have a very personal connections with her, and I know that there are a lot of opportunities for lawyers and the course in masters in law. Yes, yes.
So one more person is asking, how did you deal with culture shock?
A culture shock, you have to like this. You have to. Culture shock is like it happens in food or dress, or the time that you spend in other cultural activities. So, and the language. You have to be very fluent in your language, and as I said, no silence. So the pauses are not welcomed here. You have to speak up. So, cultural shock, if you mean that if you mean that it's very difficult to cope up with your food, or it's very difficult to cope up with your relationships, you have to, uh, that's where the networks help you. You have to go with the university's networks, get help. And as I said, you have to open your mouth and ask for help. That is where Indian students, there are hundreds and hundreds of Christ alumni have come here, and they have made Australia as a home, and they are working here. So it is possible, and culture shock will be there, but it is a process. As I said, it will go off.
Thank you, sir. So we have another question. We have students from diverse fields. One of them is asking for job opportunities in computer science. One is asking about MBA, and another about psychology.
Okay, I'll go with the MBA because my daughter, she did her engineering, but when she came here, she did her MBA in Swinburne University. So that combination of engineering and MBA helped her to climb up in Amazon. So MBA, as you know, you should know the history of Australia. The history of Australia is only 200 years old. The European settlement, actually, there are aborigines who have been here living for 60,000 years, 60,000 years. Then these aborigines are there. But when the Europeans came, they made it their own country, and they are the first settlers. So this is a vast country. As I said, Australia is geographically 2.5 times bigger than India. So there are lots of mining. So here there are lots of every uh, corporate has their base here. So since it is a blooming country, there are lots of need for MBA. And about psychology, there are, as I said, in the healthcare and counseling. My neighbor is one of the counselors, and we used to chat about personal counseling and healthcare. There are a lot of, as you see, there are lots of after this internet AI session period, even students from primary school, they go for counseling. you know so there are lots of counselors. Most of the counselors, I think, are from Asians. So MBA, counseling, and what is the third, another one, first one?
So there's another person asking also about automobile and mechanical engineering
Okay, that's my son-in-law's area, automobile and mechanical engineering.
and computer
You know,
science.
uh,
Computer science as well.
computer science. Okay, automobile engineering. Everyone. So, like in our house, we have 5 cars. Everyone has a car. Uh, so it needs, all the companies have um, their showrooms here and their factories here. So my son-in-law is very is addicted to these automobiles, and he sees all these A1 races and all that. So here it is, lots of opportunities for automobile and engineering. And my son, as I said, computer engineering, he's an IT guy. IT is one of the topmost sectors. But then every year, Australia releases, as I said as I showed you in the website, releases what are the needs and what are the sectors that, okay, nurses, we want 700. Automobile engineering, we want 240. So they release the list every year. So you have to go and see that, and then get ready for that, because there are these are the areas with which Australia needs people. So they already advertise it. Yes. Anything else?
Yes, so that was quite insightful, sir. We have another very interesting question. The question asks, if you could go back to your younger self, go back in time, and advise your younger self about moving to Australia, what would you say? And is it actually worth leaving your family behind and moving abroad?
Oh, there are two things. One is that I'm happy here. When I go back, when I go back 50 years and enter Christ College, the famous the gate. I still remember the first day when I entered the Christ College gate. The first day, it was those times. It was a strike. There was a strike. It was closed. First day when I entered, when the whole Bangalore was, they were working on semester and non-semester thing. Um, that time I came from Tamil Nadu. I was very shy. I never speak. I don't open my mouth. Uh, but when I come here, I learn, as I said in my presentation, speak up is the key word. Speak up. You have to speak. You should have something to say. No, you cannot speak something, unreasonable. So you should have something to say. So you have to be knowledgeable, but at the same time, you should feel confident in talking. The whole voice, and so the communication skills. So when I go back, I remember this. I shouldn't be so shy, and when you are asked for a volunteer, I raise my hand first now. But 50 years before, I will wait, because I was really kind of shy and not confident. Leaving the family and relatives and friends is a very sad thing. I really am not happy, because my mother is there. She is 93 years old. I cannot be with her. She's in India. All my sisters are there, and my all my friends, because we came here only 20, 25 years, but before that, all my friends are still there. So it is when I actually now, in July last week, I'm going to India. I'm really excited to go to India, because yeah, you can't get that Indian experience here. You can't see Indian trees or Indian birds, Indian masala dosa. Of course, you get it, but going there and eating is a different experience with your families and friends. So that is something I really miss. But we decided, my wife and I decided to be with my son and daughter and their spouses, and not with, don't leave them, yeah, and be in India. So that is the only reason that we really, really enjoy being with my son and daughter and their spouses.
Thank you, sir. We'll end with one final question, is that what qualities do Australian employers value the most in fresh graduates? And also about why is a Australian education different from an Indian one or other foreign countries?
Okay, I'll start with the Indian education thing, Australian education. Um, Here, my neighbors, they have two kids. One of them is primary and one of them in the higher secondary. I saw their books, and I sometimes, because I'm in the Rotary Club here, so sometimes we go to the schools to have some programs. I see their education system. Somehow, um, all I mean, they leave the learning aspect, the aspect to the learner. Then we talk about it, or we talk that education should be more learner centered. But the whole culture of India is like guru sishya culture, is like someone is teaching someone, and that is our in our blood. But here it is a more egalitarian, and everyone is a chairman of themselves. So you take charge of yourself. So if you have to take charge of yourself, you have to be independent. So it starts from the education part of it. That's why it continues even the university. You have to, you are the center and you are learning, and they are only the facilitator. We talk about it, but we don't do it in India because it's the culture is there. Uh, but it is not the same here. And what is the other part of the question?
What do Australian employers
Ah,
value the most in fresh graduates?
okay. Um, it is not their certificate. It is not their mark. They don't see that at all. It is the skill. So if you have the professional skill, and they are here to kind of train you. So when you are in one particular field, you should have that skill. And then the second thing is the communication. So they know that, like, we are usually committed to our work, and they don't want that commitment. That's it is, as you see that here, especially in Melbourne, they are more easygoing, though task oriented. So the skill and the communication, the professional skill and the communication are the two very important things that they expect.
Sir, I have a quick question. Rishikesh here, this side.
Hi,
Um,
sir. Thank
Hello,
you,
sir.
Rishikesh, sir. Thank you for starting at this right time. Yeah, Rishikesh.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. We generally continue that
Yes.
tradition of, yeah, generally the events in the auditorium that we schedule in the central campus, if it is 4 p.m.,
Hmm.
um, there is an instruction we need to begin by 3:59.
Correct.
So, yeah, coming to the question, sir, post-COVID especially, I think there has been a mushrooming of lot of education counselors, and I know several cases where our students get cheated as well. I mean, when they look for a higher education institution, not just in Australia, of course, in other countries as well. So going by some of the report that I came across, around 38% of the people who are going there are returning without, completing the graduation, or, getting cheated. So what should be the checkpoints for someone who's looking for an academic institution in Australia, and what should be the route of getting an admission? Is it through an agent? Is it through a counselor, or is it directly applying? What all should one check about an academic institution?
Okay. First rule is that don't go for the agent, because everything is online. When we applied for PR, or when my son applied for a job here, PR, you just open, it's very, very customer friendly, all the sites. And then if all the papers are ready, then you don't need any agent at all. One. Second one is the safety thing. Like if you have someone, like I had a friend from Hyderabad, she wanted to send her daughter here. So we looked for a place where, like Monash University and then nearby place. So the second one is the safety. So if there is any, like we are here, like alumni association here, so they can contact us and see where the accommodation is really low, and where they can get look, for some 10 days, if they want to stay in some places, so like we can find a place, and then they can look for an apartment. So you should have some kind of support and find the safety thing. And the other, like every university has its their own unique thing, like some universities for law, some universities for engineering and all that. So that is there in the online, so you have to look for it. But for me, I think safety is the most important thing that every student has to look for, because which is very important. And then the work placement cell. Every university has that job placement cell. You can go and see how they are placed. Mm, but,
Sir,
I
how
think
important is this accreditation and ranking, sir, about of the institutions?
uh, no. When if you work in Australia, if you study in Australia, you see there is a credit system to get PR. Like you have to get 65 points. Every point comes from your, for example, if you have studied in a university which is recognized in India, then it gets some points. And then if you have worked there for 2 years, then there you get 10 points. And if your IELTS, if you have finished your IELTS or TOEFL, or any other like PET test, then if you get 6 to 8, uh, if you get 6, then you have 10 points. If you have 6.5, you have 15. Then so you get if you get 65, you are eligible for PR. You don't need to have a job. So you have to look for this credit system and get it. And what was the question you asked?
The accreditation and ranking.
Accreditation, yeah. So if you study here and work here, then you get 5 points or 10 points more. And this accreditation doesn't need, not much valuable if you work here. But if you study here and want to go to Germany or want to go to Japan and other places, then I heard that the accreditation is more valuable. They look for, what is the accreditation point here. And most of the universities here, some of the, it comes under top 100 universities in the world. So it really matters also if you really want to work outside Australia.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question, Mr. Rishikesh. What are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there. I'm there.
No.
I'm the associate director for the Institutional Partnership and Alumni Connect.
Okay.
I
Nice to
also
meet you.
teach at the Department of Commerce.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good. I think it's time up.
Yes. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Christ University, I take this opportunity to thank you for joining us today. I would also like to extend our gratitude to our management and administration. A special word of appreciation to Dr. Rishikesh, Mr. Sajid Thomas, and Ms. Sanju and Ms. Vinita Lalu, who are the alumni coordinators, for their dedicated efforts and for making this event a successful one. Finally, our heartfelt gratitude for our alumni network, for our faculty members and participants for joining us this evening and making this session a truly engaging one. Before we conclude, we are delighted to invite all of you to the next session of the Global Connect webinar series, which is the Session 3 Canada chapter, which is titled Navigating Careers in Canada, Alumni Insights and Experiences, featuring Jitin Joseph, who's Enterprise Sales LinkedIn, Mohit Grover, Senior VP Market Solutions, Sujit Andrews, Head of Banking and Financial Services. It will be held on 16th July on 6:30 p.m. We encourage all of you to join us for another insightful session. With that, we formally conclude today's session. Thank you once again for all of you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, since there is 5 more minutes, I just want to get some, what was the one thing that, anyone have learned from this session? If someone types in their chat,
Yeah.
like, so this is what I learned, or this is was useful, or something I missed, or you know so if they can type
Yes.
one important thing that they have learned, how it was useful, one thing which was useful for them.
Yes. So I think I will start. One thing which I really enjoyed from the session and which was really insightful was that I'm a law student, so I really didn't think that there are many opportunities for me. But I'm very glad that you also mentioned that you had a friend. And I think the different visas, I didn't know about the PR. That is something I also learned. And also about, I was also wondering because I'm I religiously follow the news. So I was sort of wondering how, because in India as well, there's a rise of nationalist politics with our present government. So I was wondering how does it look, because US also there is a rise of nationalist politics. So I was wondering how does it look in the Australia, but I'm glad to hear it from you. Thank you for mentioning that as well. And we have some more comments here who said that they found it the job opportunities in Australia and the challenges, all of these things which you addressed, they say that it was explained very clearly and that they are grateful to you for that. And one Kavya says that session was useful because she also wants to pursue law master's degree, and career development to adapt abroad is something which Archita liked. So these are some of the things. So it was a truly enriching session. We are truly grateful to you for joining us this evening.
So we are here, Christ Alumni Australia. We are here to help you. Anytime you can contact us. Okay. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you,
you
Mr.
so much.
Rishikesh. Yeah. And thank you, Jovita.
Thank you, sir.
You did a great
Thank you.
job.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Sir.